what's it been like then having, an Aussie in your band, especially that Aussie?
Well, I will say that it's been a pretty amazing time in the short time that Coota's been in the band. Um, it feels like we've been friends for a decade. We just all of a sudden, that was a big part of the process of finding a new drummer was is is the new drummer going to fit in with us? Because we're kind of like a family unit. We've been a band for 15 years, and um, for Kuda to come and join the fold the way that he has, and for us to all become just best friends, that's the perfect, it's the perfect outcome for everyone, I think.
If there's anything, I mean, you already know. If there's anything you need to know about Cooter, apart from sick drummer, is just the warmest, gentlest soul on the planet. Really, I think we all know that. So,
Well,
Yeah.
I'm lucky because in the metal community, as I don't think it's a common misconception anymore, but that the common misconception is that metalheads are big and angry. Man, it's so far from the truth. And having met the Blindfolded boys, it was just like I didn't even have to put any walls up like I do anyway. But it was just so easy. It was too easy, and I'm still not sure about it.
are you still drumming without your shirt on? Because that's just offensive. Okay.
Well, I just get really sweaty. Everyone makes a big deal out of it, but I get really sweaty. If anyone hasn't noticed, I stink.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair
Considering
enough.
what he's doing back there, I think it's well earned.
What is he doing back there? Nobody knows. He's just moving fast with no top on again.
He's
Bloody
doing
hell.
something.
You guys are
But
looking forward anyway, man. Just yeah, leave him in the back.
on a side note, speaking of looking forward, I've been looking forward to every time I see a post of yours, man, because you're always talking to such inspiring people, and it's like I know it's your interview that comes on my Instagram feed when the person has the background blacked out and then the words are coming up somewhere on the screen. I'm like, yep, it's Ian's interview, and then boom, there you are. And you've been doing some amazing stuff too and traveling also, not only for interviews and all around the world as you do, but it's so awesome to see you still kicking ass, man, and everything you do. So tell me about how you've been.
It's your interview. I'm
Oh,
supposed to be interviewing
I'm
you
not.
guys. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Actually, because I'm going to Necrosonic, so I will be there, right? And
Hell yeah.
that's when you can interview me, right?
We'll catch up then.
But thank you, much appreciated because it's been like 9, 10 years since we first met in the scene,
I
so it's
know.
been a journey for both of us.
Has it
All right.
not?
So Necrosonic, let's go and talk about that. Let's talk about your band. Um, at some stage, I will try and get a like when you're saying we're doing clips. I do know that Anna's keen for like a 30-second bit where you guys just go, yeah, come and see us at Necrosonic. It's going to be fucking amazing or whatever, right? So G yourselves up for that. But what have you guys been up to since I mean, I think you got a new album. You got a new album in the works at the moment because it's been 2 years since you were last here. So fill in what you guys been up to.
Yeah, well, yeah, the biggest thing really has been working on our new album, which is completely finished. We've given it to the record label, so right now we're just waiting on a few things to fall into place, and then, we'll be looking soon at actually announcing when that's going to be coming out. And it's kind of looking like that's going to be sooner rather than later. So we're extremely excited about that. This album has it's I think it's far surpassed any expectations that we had. And this was the first time that we've fully self-produced an album, so I think we were able to give it the time that maybe we hadn't given the last couple of albums. So I think it's the most cohesive thing we've ever done, and we haven't had any time restraints on this one, so we've really been able to dig in and make it the best that we possibly can. I'll let Kuda say some stuff about that as well.
I think it's interesting, as Stu previously mentioned, coming into a band when I came in, it was 13 years pre-established. Um, Coming into a project where there's actually such a turning point where you join as a new drummer, and we've also had a new handsome guitarist, might I add, named Dan Haston. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, and having myself come in and bring my own flavors, and Dan as well bringing his own unique sort of style to quite a previously established sound is can be challenging. It can be maybe even cause a bit of upheaval, you might think. However, with Stu and Stace and Nick and even Ben, the previous guitarist, there's been nothing but overwhelming support and actually really incredible creativity come through supporting new ideas or working together. So as once a listener of the band and now a member of the band, it's such an honor and such a privilege to help shape what was already so angular and aggressive and powerful and raw into something that is it knows no bounds. It's almost limitless in its form, which is exactly what I think Blindfold is attempting to be, something that can catch you off guard yet feel so familiar at the same time. And I feel like with this album we've truly encapsulated those polarizing feelings into one 45-minute CD.
We've made really good points actually, because I had written it down. I mean, when you go and have a look at uh, album reviews or anything of that nature of what the band's done previously, you kind of get boxed into the death metal tag. But when you listen to the music, there's so much more that's actually going on in there. I mean, does that bother you guys that you kind of like, here we go again, like no one's actually understanding what it is that we're trying to do?
I think I think that we've definitely had some reviews of previous stuff where people have understood it, and some that haven't. And I think that either way, it's pretty amazing to see people's different perspectives of what we're doing. Because I don't think that we generally live only in the death metal box. I definitely think a big part of the band is trying to do something that's different, trying to do something that's unique. So I love seeing what people say about what we're up to.
I think Stu's totally to credit for that because he's the ultimate genre bender of all time. Like there's so many flavors in this project. I don't really care what it gets called because to me it's just an expression of us collectively. But ultimately, as Stu is the predominant songwriter, it's quite the journey. And I find that one thing I've found over my musical journey, having been into music for about 27 years now, is that it's always those songs or those projects that if you don't like it immediately, chances are it's probably going to be your album of the year. And it's in that I find whenever I hear something that Stu may come to me with, it's like, what is going on? There's no musical theory I can apply to this to make sense of it, but it's actually alleviating me of my own constructs of music perception that Blindfolded allows me to take off the blindfold, so to speak, and see, that expression of music. And when you get it, it's pretty cool, and you unlock part of yourself that you didn't know that was actually there. And then you arrive, and it's such a beautiful reminder.
So you guys will be coming over to Australia in a couple of weeks. Fuck, it is a couple of weeks. Jeez. Yeah, yeah.
Coming around quickly.
You're one of the two international bands on the bill. Okay, so we are going to class you as international. So when, yeah, no, shot hard. So what can this is the part you probably do need to get a little bit excited on this one. So what can fans expect from when you guys turn up at Necrosonic? Like how big's it going to be? How gargantuan? How metal is it going to be?
Stu?
Dude, it's gonna be definitely very metal. Uh, I, I think like I think we're in like a crazy spot where we're playing right before Bolzer, or are we playing right before Portal? Um, one of the two. But I mean that's kind of daunting in itself because like every there's so many amazing bands on this lineup. That's you know, to even just be a part of it is amazing. And I don't want to come in and be, you know, we're the international we're one of the international bands. We're just coming to lay down what we do and hope that we have a good time with the crowd. And yeah, just super excited to be there.
As humble as Stu might be, I'm really excited because we've got some epic new tracks we're going to share with you guys, and I'll give away a little bit. We're starting with a 8 minute track. We're starting with a longie. We're starting with a thickie, and it is going to be an absolute punch in the face. So bring your mouth guard. You know, have your epilepsy medication because the lights are going to be flicking on and off for the next 45 minutes down at Necrosonic. It's going to be epic. And I'm personally frightened. You know, like I said, we're starting with a long track. And at the end of that track, it gets nasty. So I'm even worried to get through the first song, let alone the next 8 for you guys in Necrosonic. So come down, watch me suffer, have a good time, and grab a beer whilst you're at it. Necrosonic, let's go.
You'll probably take your shirt off as well.
Nice. You got to pay for that. You got to pay for that.
Is that next door? Is that the strip club? Yeah, fair enough. So you mentioned that you're going to start with an 8 minute song. Is that a new track that's off the new album, or is it going to be more new stuff that's going to be getting played that day?
Yeah, we're gonna be playing a handful of new songs actually, songs that we have never played live. So, yeah, opening the set with an 8 minute epic that is actually the opening track of the new album. So, um, you know, it's kind of like a test run, but also we're so freaking proud of these new songs. So, man, can't wait to unleash them for the first time.
Along with some new hot material, we will be playing some classics and some from Nightmare Withdrawals, and obviously Rejecting Obliteration. So those fans who know those albums that have previously circled around, you'll definitely be hearing some hits that you love from that album, or albums, I should say.
Thank you. A little bit of a serious now. Are you guys concerned about the today's news with the tsunami?
No,
Apparently you
Saw
guys are in the
that.
firing line.
Oh, in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Not particularly. We did have like all our cell phones and everything went off, and they gave us the big alert. But it's not actually looking too serious from what that alert said. Um, and yeah, if you don't know too much about Christchurch, some of the most resilient people on the planet, and we've experienced, natural disasters in our time, and I hope that we don't have to again, but it's looking like everything's going to be just fine with the tsunami.
Yeah, I was in Christchurch actually in November, December. Either way, I was there a couple of months ago, and I mean, you're right. It's one of them cities that is so beautiful to look at, but you can tell it's going through the change still from the earthquake, where newer buildings are coming up and there's still some stuff that's there. But I just found everybody just incredibly pleasant. I was there for 5 days, and just such a really laid back town. Makes sense why you're there, Coota.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah.
And everyone there is really cool too.
Yeah. All right. So, any last kind of hooray stuff you want to say before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your night?
Well, one thing I'll say is make sure you bring some pocket money and buy some merch from all of the bands that are making this all happen. It's pretty hard these days to be in a band, and especially bands traveling around, international bands. So, keep supporting metal, keep supporting shows, and buying that merch, supporting bands. We'll have some merch. I'm sure there will be. I don't know how they're actually going to fit 30 bands worth of merch in this venue, but yeah, make sure you buy at least one t-shirt for each band.
30 t-shirts.
Yeah. Leaving with 30 t-shirts.
All new wardrobe.
Gonna need a bigger truck.
And also keep an eye out for our new album, because we're going to be announcing that soon, and we cannot wait.
Brilliant.
I just want to say thanks to everyone. Thanks to all the team at Necrosonic. We're super excited to come over and play in Aussie. The last time we played in Aussie was 2023, so 2 years ago now. And it was such an insane journey. And we can't wait to come back to Aussie shores and come rip it up in Brizzy. It's going to be so, so much fun. And yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing you all there. And as long as Nick doesn't crash the van, I'm really keen.
Oh, just on
Obviously,
that note
still.
as well, we're actually we are playing in Melbourne the night before as well. So if anyone happens to be in Melbourne, uh, the night before Necrosonic, we will be doing a headlining show there with Growth, Run, and Rat Tomb, three bands that are freaking sick. So
Yep.
come on out to that as well.
Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you at Necrosonic, which you should be going to anyway.
I'm going.
Ian's
I'll,
going,
I'll,
so you better be there.
Yeah, I have to. I'm working.
I will be there. Don't
Fools,
worry.
mate.
Good man.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, both of yous. And I'll see you guys in 3 weeks. I'll send a video off to Anna. She goes and actually splices the things. The mushroom thing's going to be fine, Coota. Don't worry. Uh, she'll, she's probably got some herself, but she'll go and splice it from there. I'll try and get a written one out probably hopefully by the weekend, and then we'll just slowly get stuff out over the course of the next 3 weeks to not only promote the festival, but promote you guys as well.
Thank you so
Awesome. Thank
much.
you. Look forward to catching up, man. Honestly, can't wait.
Likewise, man. It's been a long time between drinks. I'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes, looking forward to it, bro. See you
Thank you,
later.
Take
Ian.
care. See you.
Bye.